Okay, we're moving into Module 5, which is all about the concept of a negative exponent. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, I've never seen a negative exponent before. Well, that's probably correct. So let's think about, first of all, what is an exponent again? Remember, the job of the exponent is to tell you how many times to multiply your base. So if I write 2 cubed, you know that's 2 times 2 times 2. Write the base 3 times. If I write 2 squared, it means 2 times 2. Write the base twice. If I write 2 to the first, that just means to write the base once, so we just write a 2. And that's your definition that you've all have learned. The exponent tells you how many times to write the base. So we've already discussed that an exponent of 0 doesn't make sense because you can't write a base 0 times. That's why an exponent of 0 has a straight rule. The answer is always 1. Now we got to talk about if the exponent's negative. Well, again, if an exponent's negative, that will not make sense either. So if you look in your notes, I have the example, the expression 2 to the negative 1. That doesn't make sense. How can I take the base 2 and write it negative 1 times? So what happens in math is we have a trick. To me, it's like a magic trick. There is a way you can take any exponent that's negative and make it positive. Now, don't think you're just going to take your eraser and erase the little negative sign. That's not how the trick works. The rule is to make a negative exponent positive, you do the reciprocal of the base. So think about that vocabulary, the word reciprocal. You've heard that since elementary school. Reciprocal means to flip a fraction. That means to take the numerator, put it in the denominator, take the denominator, put it in the numerator. That's what flip means, change location. That's what we're going to do. Every time we see a negative exponent, we're going to say to ourselves, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to make that exponent positive by taking the base it's attached to and flipping it. The word flip is slang for the word reciprocal. The correct mathematical word for reciprocal is multiplicative inverse. Because when you flip it, you're going to make a fraction, and a fraction has a fraction bar, which means division. And that's what multiplicative inverse means. The opposite of multiplying, which is division. So every time you flip a fraction, you are making a multiplicative inverse, which is the reciprocal, which means division. So if we look here, again, my expression is 2 to the negative 1. I don't like it. What don't I like? The negative exponent. Okay, we're going to fix that. We're going to wave our magic wand and make that exponent positive. How do we do that? We take our base and we flip it. So what's our base, everybody? It's 2. First of all, how do you write 2 as a fraction? Well, you write it as 2 over 1. So if I have the base is 2, 2 is in the numerator, 1 is in the denominator. If I flip that, the 1 would come to the numerator, the 2 would go to the denominator. So the reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. And when you do that, the exponent becomes a positive 1. Now, what's awesome about that is now you've made an expression you understand. What does it mean when you say 1/2 to the first power? That means to write 1/2 one time. And 1/2 to the first power is 1/2. So the moral of the story is our lesson in this module is going to be every time we see a negative exponent, we're going to wave our magic wand and make it positive by doing the reciprocal of the base. And the correct word for reciprocal is multiplicative inverse. All right, see you in the next video where we work some expressions.